And we are live. All right, amazing. So hopefully we'll start having some people popping in. But hello everyone to week 2 of NaNoWriMo. I kind of can't believe it's week 2. Like it feels like we should be like on the last week because time is going very slow. That it feels like we're nearing the end of November. We're not. We're only in week 2. But for everyone here, obviously you can see that I am not alone for this writing stream. I am joined by a very, very cool guest from the Instagram world, specifically the Bookstagram universe, who is also taking what's the word I want to use here? Taking a hit at writing alongside all of their reading. So I'm joined by the incredible Nihaarika from, I realize I don't actually know whereabouts you're from. So
I'm from India.
India, amazing. Thank you so much for joining me for this. This is going to be a lot of fun, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But tell everyone who is watching a little bit about yourself before we dive in.
Okay, I'm terrible at introductions, so I will apologize firsthand. I'm Nihaarika. I turned 21 this year. I read a lot, and I just finished reading like this really sweet romance story that a friend recommended to me, and I'm working on like a what I call a dark academia fantasy, which is like set in like a school and has all these libraries and passages, and there is a magical tournament in that. So
Oh, so it's magic based dark academia sort
it's
of
it's
vibes.
yeah, it's specifically elemental magic like earth, water, fire, air, wind, and light. And then there's another element, but that's like a spoiler.
Okay, that's cool. Cool. I like the sound of that. That sounds really dope. Um, for mine, just to I guess to kind of go a bit about mine, just so you know a little bit what I'm working on as well. So, I am working on a young adult mythology fantasy. And I'm about 30,000 words in at the moment. I'm just hitting the climax point of the story. I'm stressed. I don't know how it's going to go, so we're going to see what's happening. But I've been enjoying writing it a lot. We've got our first arrival as well from the audience. So we've got, oh God, headphones. Michaela saying hello, hello. Hello back.
Hello. Yeah, hi.
For everyone who's watching, let us know what you're working on as well. Just drop that in the comments. For anyone who's been here before or is just tuning in, we are going to be doing 30-minute sprints for the next couple of hours probably and see how we do from there. I'll be popping the timer up on screen so you can all follow along. Each time we finish a sprint, we're then going to say how well we've done, like what we've been able to get, like word count wise, or where we've reached in that specific story point. And hopefully we'll be able to hit all of our word counts for the day, if not more, which is always good. But as I always like to note, no matter what you achieve, even if you just write one word, that's one word more than what you had before, and that is just as good an achievement.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not strictly putting myself like I have to write this much. I'm like, I will write, I will write, I don't know how much I will write, but I will write as much as I can and as much as my brain wants to. So,
That is the main thing, because sometimes our brains do not work with us; they work against us, and I
yeah,
do not appreciate it.
I will tell you what happened with me. In the middle of working on this, I got like two other ideas. Like one is like this hero villain sci-fi romance, kind of inspired by like all these old animes I've been watching with all those mechas, and like I also got inspired for this after reading Iron Widow, which is like, yeah. So
Oh,
I'm kind of switching between, should I just switch to that one, or should I'm going to work on this, but maybe I'll switch to that one also.
yeah. Sometimes it depends on where the creativity is going. And I just read, as you said, Iron Widow. That's the Ziran J. Zhao book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's incredible. It's like one of the best fantasies I've read, and I think it would make such a great anime. Like it just spoke to me as a
Mm.
fan of anime. It's like perfection.
Oh, that's awesome. That's on my to read list. I'm gonna have to bump it up a little bit higher so I get to it sooner from that high praise.
Yeah.
I've just seen we've got a comment from Michaela. So they're currently working on their nano story, still need 500 words to reach their goal. And it's an adult high fantasy. Oh, high fantasy is
That's cool.
intense. That's
High
very
fantasy
cool.
yeah. High fantasy needs like a lot of planning, and the world building that goes into it is like insane.
Mm,
That's I'm like someday I want to write. I have a high fantasy idea, but that I was going to do for Camp Nano back in July that I
mm.
scrapped for now because high fantasy is so tough. I don't know how I managed to do that.
Yeah, honestly, I give major props to anyone who can achieve something like high fantasy because I know for a fact I will never go anywhere near it because I cannot
Yeah,
handle that
yeah,
stress. But
yeah,
major props to those who do. So I hope that's
yeah.
going well, Michaela. Um, so I think well, we're a good amount in. So do you want to get started on the first sprint?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, so let's pop the timer up here. So what we usually do is we usually mute our mics when the timer starts, so not too much noise is happening for those who are watching along. So I'm going to, I won't mute mine yet. I'll turn the timer on and then I'll mute my mic. So everyone, let's get going for the first 30-minute sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay,
Mhm.
that is the end of that timer. And oh my gosh,
I
it's
did
not too
like
bad. How did you do?
I wrote 436 words plus 200 words for another thing that I started to write on this side. So I wrote around 600 words in total.
Okay, well, 600, oh gosh, 600 words in total in general is pretty good. So major props for that. I probably did about the same. I think I did about 800 something words for this one project, which is pretty good. I'm coming close to the end of this specific chapter, so I'm feeling pretty happy with that. So we both done really well. That's great. 30
Yeah,
minutes are definitely the best for a timer in general. I feel like you get the right amount of time to kind of get into the groove to get the word count that you need out.
yeah. So I'm actually getting to the fun part of this chapter, like the one I'm working on. So like my main character and her love interest, they're like having this magical race thing, which is like a test, like
Ah.
which is fun to write. And there's like a juicy banter coming up like in this chapter, which I'm excited to just get out.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. That sounds pretty fun, actually. I'm glad you're enjoying writing. That's the big thing. You got to enjoy what you're writing, 100%.
Yeah.
Mine is sort of the opposite. So yours is like the fun sort of like test sort of side. Mine is high angst sort of situation
Oh,
currently occurring.
I
Um,
I I'm a lover of ants. I love ants. Writing it is fun. I enjoy reading it no matter, even though it hurts.
yeah, that's definitely the thing. Like angst is like my specialty for for writing. Like that's the one good thing that I'm really good at doing. But yeah, so there's a sort of mixture of like, so it's still quite angsty, but it's leading into something else that is still kind of light-hearted, sort of flirtiness between the two characters, but also angst
So
sort of underneath at the same
that
time.
that is like the best kind of angst. Like it's angst, but it's hurt comfort at the same time. So
Yes.
it's like that's the kind of fics I used to read like on AO3, and so yeah, those influenced me.
Nice. AO3 is the best fan fiction site. No one at me, it's 100% fact.
It is, it has some
Look.
great.
I've just seen from Michaela, so 158 words and got some lunch. Well, it's good that you're eating. That is also a thing that I forgot to say the first time around. Hope everyone's
Yeah,
got water with them to keep
I
hydrated.
have.
Always good. Hydration is important for creativity. But 158 words isn't bad, especially if then you were getting lunch immediately afterwards, because that means you probably wrote maybe those 158 words in maybe 5-10 minutes possibly, and then went and had lunch. So that's still pretty good. Or other way around if you did lunch first and then then did
Yeah.
some writing. But hopefully you've eaten now because we'll go into another sprint. I've got to do something first. So I have like chronic back pain. So I'm actually currently wearing a back brace at the moment, but I'm going to take it off because it's starting to hurt now. So I'm
Oh,
just going to take that off very quickly.
mm,
You can only wear them for certain times of day. Well, certain lengths of time during the day before you have to take it off. And that's my time done. They're very useful if you've got any back problems, by the way.
I don't right now, but I'm sure I will develop. I feel like I have already developed some, but they're not hitting me right now. They will probably it will like in like 1 or 2 years where I'm like out of college, and then I'm working on that. Then I'm doing a job or something.
Yeah, jobs definitely don't help with it. It's the stress. It's like the weight of the world is what gives you bad posture. And that's called
True.
capitalism.
With capitalism and sitting in front of a screen for like 4 or 5 hours straight, not moving for to attend class. That's like that will has end up that has messed up my sleep schedule so bad.
Ah,
So I don't sleep
Nice.
before 2 a.m. I don't sleep. I
Oh
can't
no.
sleep before. I'm slowly trying to correct it, but I don't know if it'll ever be corrected.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that sucks. As a fellow insomniac, I completely feel you. Mine's slowly getting better because I don't have to like. But it's not even that it's getting better. It's just that because I don't have a job to go to, I can just sleep in a little bit more in the morning if I've not been able to get to sleep until late. But I guess as a student, you don't really get that.
No, no. I mean, like for me, like the best time is when I have break, like no class on that day. I just sleep. I'm lying on my bed. I sleep, and I've recently gotten into K drama, so I've been watching a lot of those.
Nice. Fellow K drama fan. You stand.
Yes, I'm a new fan, so I've only watched like what I watched. I don't know. I watched Strong Girl Bong Soon. I don't know how to say the name.
Oh yeah, Strong Girl Bong Soo-jun. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've started watching Descendants of the Sun. I've also watched Suspicious Partner, and I finished Squid Game also, but that's because of the hype surrounding it.
that's fair enough. I've watched Descendants of the Sun. It's very good. Be prepared to be emotionally broken though. That's
Oh
all I'm
God.
gonna say. Be prepared to want to feel like you're gonna like dehydrate from tears. Um,
And a friend has also warned me about that. I feel like I should sit with a box of tissues when I'm watching it. No.
yeah, I would say from episode 6 is when you probably need to have tissues with you at all costs.
I'm on episode 4 right now, so one more till the
Yeah.
box of tissues come out.
um, I've just seen a comment from McKinney. It's like when I get back pains from writing, I usually go to my living room to write on my couch. That is fair enough. Moving positions and kind of just getting up and moving around sometimes
Yeah,
is a good thing.
yeah, yeah. I can't write in like one position. I constantly have to switch like in 5-10 minutes because then I get random pains in the small of my back. So
Oh
I'm either
no.
I'm lying on the bed or I'm sitting up on the bed or my laptop is kept somewhere high up so that I'm looking up at it, not looking down. It's a
Mm.
lot of things to make my back feel better.
Yeah, I hear you. Moving around as well is good, or just getting up halfway through just a standing stretch is useful.
Yeah.
Um, but speaking of writing, let's go into the next sprint. So let me just bring up the timer, and we'll do the next 30 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're back. It's another good round, I would say. How did you do?
I think this was much better. I crossed 500 words. I think I wrote around 558 words this time.
Oh, nice. That's always good to hear. I just realised we've just had a few comments from a few people. So, Chia, hello, I'm late, but I need to get something done in the next 30 minutes and figured that sprinting would be the best way to do that. Yay for procrastination. I hope you're able to get whatever you need done soon. We'll go into another sprint soon, so hopefully you'll have that additional 30 minutes to get that work done. And then from African Violet, so they've just arrived and they're in class as always. Never let us get a break. That sucks. Well, I hope class is all right and that it's not too bad. I know you were in maths class last time. Hopefully it's not maths this time. As someone who hates maths, I'm always against maths.
I cannot stand maths at all. I'm terrible. I say it in a proud manner. I failed maths when I was in 11th grade. So, because I'm terrible. I'm more of a history, political science type of person.
Nice. That's the better one. Maths is good for some things, but it's not good for everyday life unless you want to go and do stuff with taxes. I don't know. I don't know what you can use maths for. We've just got something from Michaela. So 330 words to the sprint. Very nice. I realised I didn't say what mine was. So I managed about 800 words again this time, which is not too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
I've just had like the high tension moment pass, but it's leading into another sort of high tension one where they're meeting the being that's going to send them on to the final part of their quest, which it's very exciting. I do have to read this one bit though because it kind of made me laugh. It's not spoilery stuff, so it's fine. So Eileen wanted to punch a tree. So we could walk in circles for hours and end up no closer than where we were before. Yes. Eileen punched a tree.
That is funny. I think the funniest thing I have written so far is, what is it? Wait. Kyra said, absolutely not ready. So essentially, the context is the teacher is kicking them, like starting off their test, like their examination, and he's just like, uh, ready, go. Like he doesn't do the 3, 2, 1, go. He just says go, and then Kara is like, I'm not ready for this. I'm going to fail, and she's all of her nerves are hitting her at that same time. It's funny in the context, I guess.
I like that. I mean, that's everyone with the test. Is like, are you ready? Go. But they give no context to like answer. Like, just like, are you ready? Go. It's like, wait, no, I'm not ready. Like, don't say, are you ready? And then don't let me answer.
Yeah, no, she doesn't answer. Actually, she just says wait, and she's not ready. She's thinking she's not ready, and she has to just rush and do her magic and just somehow finish and win the test.
Well, fingers crossed she gets it all right. From African Rise. So they're in history this time, but they've got maths next.
Oh,
Hopefully it won't be too bad. And from Michaela, I just realised I passed my daily goal. Amazing!
yay!
That's great! Woo!
Yay!
Round of applause. That is great to hear. I think I've not completed my daily goal, but I'm close to it because like I need like another 800 words and then I'll reach my daily goal. What about you? What is your usual sort of goal?
I usually tend to write like 1,000 words in one go. That's like I can do that with ease, but for this one, because it's like a original fantasy thing, it takes a lot of time to think of dialogues and so that they fit in the world building. So with this one, my average count has been 500 to 700 words.
Well, that's not too bad. That's a good average. But on that, let's head into another one, which I think actually maybe our last one of the session. I've just realised we've already an hour in. Well, technically we're an hour and a half in. That's amazing. So we'll go into this one and we'll see how we're feeling after this, and we may do one more. For everyone who is watching who does want to do more, I will be having another one later in the evening tonight as well on the channel here. So if you want to join as well later on to watch this one.
I'll join through YouTube then. I think it will be a
Yeah.
little late for me, time zone wise also. But most probably I'll be awake because I'm an insomniac. So I'll end up joining.
All right, awesome. Okay, I will get the timer reset up. So let's get that reset. And let's go for this. It's our fourth sprint now. Third. Third or fourth is one of them. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! That is another round done.
Mm.
How are you feeling about that?
This was much better. I crossed 670 words. So I
Oh,
got like 674. So this is like the best streak so far.
that is great. I am glad to hear that. Ironically, yours being a better one. Oh, hold on, let me take this off so full screen. Yours being a better one. Mine wasn't that great this time. I only managed to like about 500 words, most of it like heavy description. But that's not too
It's
bad.
still
That's
good
still
though.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I had like a couple of heavy descriptive paragraphs this time.
Mm.
That just drove up the word count for me.
Yeah. Mine was more just taking a few minutes, like, how do I want to describe this? And then just sitting there for a little bit too long, just kind of thinking about, like, what do I want to do? How do I do this?
Yeah.
Which I should have just been going by, so it's all good. But
Yeah.
how are you feeling about that overall? Like, what would you say is your total for what you've been able to manage today?
It's 1700 something. I think it's let me just check.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's 1735, which is a good word count, I think, compared to all other days.
Yeah, that's a great word count. Amazing. That's great to hear. I'm glad that you've been able to do that because it wasn't like the full goal that we mentioned before we came on that you wanted to achieve, but that's still really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy. I think this was like the most productive day I had so far for Nano. So, yeah, I think this has been like the most productive Nano for me. I've done it like thrice in the past, and every time I've just given up after the first week. So, this is like good sign. This is a good sign for me to continue on and not give up.
Well, that is amazing, and well, you're in week 2 right now, and you're doing pretty well. So that's a great sign already. So that is great to hear. And I know we were intended to sort of finish here, but I know there are definitely lots of other live streams going on. So if you're ever feeling this stage again of like you want to be productive, there's always loads of live streams going on to like kind of
Yeah.
tune into. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, oh, I've just seen from Michaela 160. I got distracted. Well, 160 is still 160 more than what you had before, so that is always good. So major props. And you reached your daily goal, and you've passed it even more with those extra 160 words. So amazing. And I realise I've reached my goal as well. So I've kind of just gone over my daily goal as well. So that's awesome. We've all done really well. That's great. Yay.
Yay.
Round
Yeah.
of applause for all of us. Round of applause.
Yeah.
um, but I think we may finish that there because we've done at least
I
four,
think we've done
four,
four. Yeah.
four,
Fi-
four sprints
fi-
would be now.
Yeah, yeah. Four sprints, I think.
Yeah, which is a pretty good amount. I would say that'd be a good place to stop and get snacks at some point and maybe do some more afterwards. Keep the motivation going off of the live.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but for everyone watching, by the way, I will be doing another sprint in a couple of hours on here just because I've got
When exactly would you be doing like a tentative time? I think I might pop in
Mm.
YouTube only.
So it would be, I think it'll be in about 2 hours time, I think it is from now. So
Yeah, that's like yeah, that works for me. That's like 10 o'clock at night my time. So works
all
for
right,
me.
cool. So hopefully you can pop in audience wise with that. And yeah, so for everyone who's watching who wants to do more later, because I think that's usually better times because most of my audience is in America. So like this time is not like a prime time because all of my people are in the US. But yeah, hopefully for those in the US, that'll be a good time for you all to pop in. And Yeah, it's been a good session. I'm really glad that you were able to come and join me for this. I'm glad it was
Yeah,
productive.
I had so much fun too. Like I feel more motivated to write now. Like I don't want to stop right now. I'll probably continue and do some sprinting on my own. After I finish my assignments though, I have two more to give tomorrow and I haven't done that. So yeah.
Oh God. Oh, I remember those days. Those days of having to do the assignments. I don't miss them and I don't envy you, but I hope it goes okay.
Thank you. I hope it does too. Luckily, they're short ones. They shouldn't take me like more than like an hour or two to do. So
Okay,
yeah.
that is good to hear. From Michaela, thanks for the sprints. No worries at all. I hope it was productive for you and that you've had a good time. Um, Nihaarika, let everyone know where they can find you on the social media so they can drop you a follow.
Um. Wait. How do I? I'll share my link tree only. It has all my socials. Just let me open that. So I am on like Twitter and Instagram and Goodreads and WordPress also. I started a blog recently, so I have that as well.
Mm. And
Yeah.
I'll be putting that in the description box after this as well. So for anyone who's watching this later, all those links will be in the description box, so
How
you
do
can
I
check
share it
them
in the chat? How do I share it in the chat? I don't know.
out. So if you go
I'll
to where
share.
the comments are, so I think you can do a post a comment, or if you can't, go to the private chat, post there, and then I'll post it for you.
Yeah, I posted it in the private chat. I think you
Fab.
should do that.
Yes, I can see it. There we go. And I will post that in the main thing here. From African Violet. So you have missed this one. It is early in the morning, so it's completely fair. But I will be doing another one in a couple of hours' time, so you can pop in then if you would like to join at that point. So don't worry, you've not missed all of them. Just this one. But again, seriously, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a blast, and I hope you've had a good time, and that the rest of your
I
nano
did.
goes well.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great being here.
No worries
Yeah,
at all. It's
and
been
it was
awesome.
like the most productive day of Nano so far for me.
Well, that is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So for everyone watching, like I said, there will be another sprint separate from this one in a different live stream on the channel in about 2 hours to time, I think it is. I will have to double check. But yeah, all links for my socials are in the description box. And I'll be putting the ones for Nihaarika in the description box as well, but it's also in the chat. Check us all out on the socials. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you in a bit. Thank you again
Bye
for joining me, and bye everyone.
bye.